Let's do a quick update on the citizens patrolling their own neighborhood armed in Hartford, Connecticut. I did this story as it was evolving about a month ago. Link is above if you don't know what I'm talking about. You need to know what I'm talking about. And it's time for an update because all the naysayers have been proven wrong, and I think we need to discuss what's going on in Hartford, Connecticut. First, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, and that's Lear Capital. I don't have all of my stuff, but if you believe that having gold and silver can ensure or protect your wealth against inflation, then check out Lear Capital. They have great people waiting to answer all your questions. There's no obligation to buy. Check them out at leargg.com or 1-800-260-5075. Again, 1-800-260-5075, leargg.com. Let's talk about Hartford, Connecticut. Now, they're in the North End. Hartford, Connecticut, if you're not familiar with the city, it's been a cesspool for crime and guns and drugs for a very, very long time. And the mayor and the police either haven't been able to control it, or the policies will stop the police from being able to control the crime. It's more the latter than the former. However, they're both working in tandem. And there's a church that's had a couple shootings in the area back in February, and Archbishop Dexter Burke is the church. I got to look at my notes because I don't have my usual stuff here. It's the Walk in the Light Church of God, and it's on Garden Street. He got fed up with the crime in his area, and he spoke with Reverend Cornell Lewis, who has what he calls the Self-Defense Brigade. And it's a bunch of legal, lawful gun owners who are permitted, because this is Connecticut. We're talking about anti-gun Connecticut.
We are not vigilantes. We are a group of people that are disciplined, trained, who go to the shooting range. So it's not just a one-time thing. It's going to be on a consistent basis.
And they decided that they were going to get volunteers to patrol the neighborhoods and make it safe again. And amongst all the naysayers, amongst all the things, the feelings that people say, oh, this is terrible, this could go so wrong, and so this is so bad, it's working. Shocker, it's working. I'm going to tell you a couple quotes from the mayor, who's an anti-gun hack, as well as the folks involved, and I'm going to tell you that it's going so well, they're going to expand these patrols to other parts of the state. And now, I've seen a couple articles on this over the last few weeks, and when the Hartford police have not commented on this. They are just staying out of it. But that hasn't stopped the mayor from flapping his anti-gun lips, thinking that the groups that deal with feelings can fix it. Check this out. The mayor said, "Our community has seen so much pain and trauma, and what we need is for those who love this city to do the hard work of healing that pain, not walk around our streets with guns trying to take the law into their own hands. So tug on your own feelings and be soft rather than get tough and handle the issue." He continued, "I stand with community groups like Mothers United Against Violence, the NAACP, and others who are actively working to make our community stronger and safer. We are creating an office of violence prevention at City Hall to support that work." So now, in 2024, they're going to try to do something in City Hall? Well, there's no office in any executive building that can do anything. It comes down to holding criminals accountable. And like I said, Hartford has been a shithole for decades when it comes to crime. 90s was really, really bad. Got a little bit better, and I'm going to tell you why. And here with the soft on crime policies of all the Democrat cities, the defund the police movement, the burn it all down, the cashless bail system, and many other factors, crime is spiking again. Now, I said I'll tell you about why the crime went down a little bit after the 90s. There was a program that was pushed nationally because it worked. It was called community policing. And long story short, cops were forced to get off their ass, get out of their cruisers, get to know the people in the community, the homeowners, the business owners, forge relationships, know them by name, forge trust, and the community worked with law enforcement to hold people accountable in the neighborhood. Well, that has gone by the wayside. Cops are basically just sitting in their cruiser and never really get out. And crime is going crazy, all right? Now, like I said, Hartford Police didn't comment on this. But what I will tell you is that the Hartford Police Department, they have an authorized complement of 463 cops. Well, after all of the anti-gun stuff of the last, the Obama years and being repushed again through the Biden years, they're down to 372. And that just isn't enough for the city of Hartford on a good day when all things are going well. It's just not going. The cops aren't able to do it, so someone's got to step up, and here the citizens are. Here's another quote. This is from Archbishop Dexter Burke. He said, "Folks are afraid Hartford is unsafe. The current policies are not helping. Those who criticize the patrols don't understand the seriousness of the problem. We think it has been successful in the sense that where we usually see pockets of crime, we have seen a substantial decline. It's notably less. Residents of Garden Street have said they feel much safer now. We feel they have been very effective, and we're going to keep doing them." The Archbishop continued, he said, "They're also picking up trash and litter. We're working on getting paint for homes, planting trees and flowers in the summer. We're doing a lot more than just self-defense. It's the neighborhood coming together." They've also installed, I think it was 75 cameras in the neighborhood. So I don't know if it's Ring cameras or whatever, but they are making it much more difficult for the criminal to do what they do when they're not being held accountable by law enforcement or the policies of the executive branch, the mayor. We're not going to hold them responsible. Or the courts. Let them go. They're just misunderstood. None of that stops crime, guys and gals. These folks taking back their area of the city, I applaud it. It needs to happen more, and I think it's phenomenal. Now, of course, the naysayers, the scholars at universities seem to be the ones who are coming out against this the most. The people seem to love it. The people helping their community love it. The cops are going to like it because they don't get called to these areas anymore, or as much, because it's under control by the people, not by them. And the anti-gunners, the scholars, they're all saying that, there's more that could go wrong, that can go good. And, Connecticut is not a stand your gun state, so you're obligated under the law to flee if you can. But I'm here to tell you that no law supersedes your right to protect yourself. It's a God-given right. You are able to protect yourself the second you're born, although it might be difficult as a youngin'. That's why we have our parents, hopefully, to help us with that. But you have certain inalienable rights, means they can't be taken away from you. We don't get our rights from government. Your right to self-defense is enshrined in the U.S. Constitution as well, meaning it's pre-existing. It's been there all along. And there's no law that's going to make me give up my life because of somebody else's feelings. If you think the same way, like this video and share it, and double check your subscription to Guns and Gadgets down below. If you're not subscribed, I bring you Second Amendment news every single day, and with your subscription, this channel reaches more people, which is the goal, is to reach as many people as we can in 2024. Guys and gals, let me know what you think about citizens on patrol in their own neighborhoods stopping crime. It's working. The cops can't do it. The mayor can't do it or refuses to do it. And it's not just the current administration. It goes back decades. Something had to be done, and this is working. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Take care.